bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here up in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with a rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Obviously, there's a lot going on today. Chris is scared of the snow, so he is not going to make it. So I'm going to be chilling in the booth for now, but I'm here with my other booth boy, Nick. How you feeling?
What up, though? Let's go, baby. You guys know the Winter Olympics is kicking off here, in a month or so. So, we're getting a little preview today. Michigan's getting blitzed right now. It was 45 and sunny yesterday. Hey, that's why we love this state. Easy.
It was 45 and sunny when I woke up this morning.
Yeah, this is insane.
Stupid. It's supposed to be like single digits the rest of the week. It sucks.
Yeah, not ideal.
For someone with allergies like me, too, it's fucked. Like, it's terrible.
This guy pulled
Allergies
out,
make you drive harder in the snow?
On my way here, on Normandy, this guy pulls out to do a full-ass U-turn in front of me.
In the snow?
In the snow, out of his driveway to do a big old U-turn to try and go the same. I'm over here like F1 Brad Pitt. I'm like, didn't get hit, luckily. But
drift?
This guy was just a total jackwagon. People are idiots when they're driving.
Did you drift?
Good luck out there. No, but my car is decent in the snow.
Okay. Situations like that, where people do dumb shit in traffic that put other people's lives at harm, genuinely, like, that's like some, like, Darwin's theory stuff. Like, eliminate those people from society. For real. I mean, what are you doing? A U-turn at any time is dangerous, but like, okay, nothing, regular roads, sure. Snowy roads, what are you doing? That's an asshole move.
Trash.
Yeah. Trash move.
Had to hit like 3 to 4, or I don't even know what it's called. Just gonna go back to you. I tried to make an F1 comparison, and we're just.
Do you got front wheel drive in your whip?
No, I think it's top front too.
You got to get front wheel drive if you're not.
Well, it's a stick shift, so like it's a very light
car,
car,
so
but I can handle it.
Can't you do two?
I don't know if you want front wheel drive. Do you want front wheel drive?
Yeah, in the snow.
I think front wheel you want. I'm not a car guy. I'm not gonna act like
I know in the snow you want front wheel.
Obliterated in the chat. So.
Or four wheel. Four wheel
for sure.
Yeah. Back wheel. That's when you start like fucking drifting and shit. Which reminds me, like one time I was out with this girl, way out of my league this time too. It made no sense, and it was snowing. And she wanted to drift. I'm a safe person, all right? I don't do motorcycles. I didn't enjoy my time on a snowmobile. I was scared shitless. I drive pretty safe. I speed, but I'm not fucking in and out while I'm speeding. No, I'm not speeding around curves, especially in the snow and stuff like that. She wanted to drift. I'm like, all right, fuck. I had to do it.
Yeah.
Brother, it was terrifying. She enjoyed it. I didn't know what I was doing, by the way, too. I was fucking just doing random shit until I finally got it. I wasn't purposely drifting. Like, our lives were in danger.
Yeah.
And I still didn't hit, unfortunately.
Damn.
I told my friends I did, though.
Hey, that's all that counts, though.
That is all that counts. Fun fact,
creams in your mouth
Taiwan
a little
Jones, shout out. He was back home from school, Michigan State, and I took her to his party, and we were early, and she was from Algonac. She's she's white.
What?
She's very uncomfortable. That's why we left early.
Oh.
Yeah.
Too many black guys. Huh?
Oh, way too many. She was not feeling it. I was her first dip in the water, and I took her in that environment. She was not comfortable. She's like, "Can we go home?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess we can do that."
Well, that's probably why you didn't hit.
Probably.
Yeah, she was.
Probably.
She was uncomfortable already.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. I guess two different worlds clash. She wasn't
when worlds collide.
Yeah. Well, they're all athletes too, so they're giant black guys. So she was. I don't know. She did not enjoy herself. But yeah, shout out. Speaking of giant black guys, Cade Cunningham doing his thing. Jalen Duren doing his thing. Jalen Duren's become the heartthrob of the NBA. You seen that, Smitty?
Yeah, honestly, you got a lot of these girls on Twitter and all over different social medias just absolutely losing their mind for Jalen Duren. And I mean, he's a good looking guy, and he's vascular. I know the ladies like that. So it's I mean, yeah, they're thirsting over Jalen Duren for sure.
They posted the behind the scenes of his photo shoot they did with Slam Magazine. It's at 3 million views on X alone. If you hit the quote tweet button, all hoes just discovering Jalen Duren for the first time. But where this benefits Jalen Duren and the Pistons, by the way, benefits the Pistons. I feel like maybe we get some calls, popularity boost there. But him, right before All-Star voting starts, gets this fucking surge of hoes.
That's definitely helping.
That's huge.
And the girls like to go out to All-Star Weekend for sure.
Exactly. All-Star Weekend for the hoes. We had this debate.
Yep.
Chime in if you want, chat. Who gets more hoes? Is it the MLB All-Stars or NBA All-Stars? I think we settled on NBA, right?
Yeah, I think it's the NBA.
Just indoors, yeah. But ourselves, we would
We'd pick
the Latino,
Yeah.
black Latino guys.
Yeah, black
I think
Latino.
that's what we-
I think we settled on the black Latino guys being hot. Yeah, I think that's how that one worked out.
But Cade Cunningham. Speaking of, you got to tweet on that one, Nick? Where would you rather be a hoe at?
I don't got much besides.
Have you ever been swallowed up?
Yeah, the girls are on the prowl right now. Hide your bitches now.
For sure, hide your bitches.
Yeah.
Because not only did that happen, did you see the video of him and Cade put out?
Respectfully.
Give me 1 second to get this Cade video.
Okay.
No, I didn't see the Cade video, but Duren looked like a boss in that shoot, and it's big for us to get the All-Star notoriety. So I actually know somebody that loves the Pistons because she loves Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of them out there now.
Yeah, I went on a date Jalen Duren's rookie year, and he's like 18 years old. And there's grown-ass women with fucking marry me signs for Jalen Duren.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, you went on a date with Jalen Duren?
With Jalen Duren on his rookie year. He carried me home. I got
your
two.
explosion.
He had a wheelbarrow. No, I took a. It was a while.
Oh, Jalen Duren was there.
Yeah, it's a Pistons game. I took a girl to a Pistons game.
Oh, okay. Well, you just said you went on a date. You didn't say to a Pistons game.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took a girl out to a Pistons game, and there's grown-ass women with like Jalen Duren. She's like, "Which one's Jalen Duren?" I didn't want to tell her. I'm like,
the short white one.
Yeah, it's the ugliest one you can find.
I know it says Bogdanovich, but I swear his last name is Duren.
Yeah, Jalen Duren Bogdanovich.
I got the video.
You got that video?
Yeah.
All right. Truly, we mean this from the bottom of our hearts. This is like a public warning. For real, if you're in the greater Detroit area, maybe if you're not, just keep in mind when the Pistons are in town, hide your wives because this just happened.
Describe your love life in basketball terms.
Airball.
Love life in basketball terms for you? Yeah.
For both of y'all.
Airball, travel, charge, shot clock violation, double dribble. Mine is a shot clock violation. We kind of got the same deal going on. Same situation, bro. Our love lives ain't going too good.
Do y'all be going on double dates?
We need to try that. We need to find some candidates. Can we?
Let's
turn it up a little bit on the Pistons page. We want to find some candidates, yo.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell them put in the comments.
Tag some people below that we're going to double date with. Tag me, I want to see us on double date with. And we'll bring Ab in and we'll make a video.
We're going to make a whole day out of it.
You know what? Let me hit that.
Actively pursuing your wife.
Those are two young, handsome multimillionaires. So
6'7" and up, by the way.
yeah,
We're fucked.
I'm trying to find a wife too, bro. I gotta compete with fucking Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham.
You just put a bat symbol out for the huzz.
I mean, that's a power move.
That is a power move.
Shout out to admin for asking the right questions.
I think so. And the other thing too is I went to find that because I was originally on the Pistons page. That's why I used to bring the admin. I think too many huzz came to
blowing
the call,
up the Pistons
call.
page.
They took it down.
Wow,
I couldn't find it. They must have been in there getting freak nasty. I don't know.
Probably
what was going
getting
on.
freak nasty.
But that's
Don't touch me, I'm sizzling.
like you said, boss move by those guys.
Boss move for sure. I mean, use your platform for the correct reasons, and banging us is definitely a good reason, man.
Nick, yeah. How you guys feel? I'm off the market. You
I'm
guys,
pissed.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. I'm the only single one here.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta compete with Cade Cunningham. I got a little clout. I like to use my clout.
Because I'm gonna get it right
It works.
in ya.
I take a girl downtown and some guys.
That's why I took
stop
that
me
girl
and
down to
stuff.
the first time. Yeah.
People stop me. Oh, Spenny, what up? Makes me look cool, but I got to compete with Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham. Like, fuck, dude.
This guy will not stop.
Craziest part too in the
I
video.
love you. No. As soon as I mean, I love you. I might not be a 6'7" millionaire, but
But I love you.
I love you.
You can't betray that love.
Do you think we could get a date with Cade and JD? I'd show him a good time.
You ain't gotta go
I
home.
wouldn't put out on the first date.
you definitely put on the first date.
Yeah, I probably would. They're billionaires. They're millionaires.
The craziest part in that clip though too, they're talking about like making a video. We'll go on a date. We'll make a video. Like they're talking like kind of like low key, kind of like.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, the back. We'll bring the admin. We'll make a video. That's what he says.
That's crazy.
And I know I'm safe because like we got kids at home. Like I'm good. I know I'm good.
Yeah.
Nick, are you nervous? Jalen Durham pulls up on your girl. Like, what do you? I mean,
No, dude, I've got the most steez in this city. I don't want to hear it.
I appreciate the confidence. You definitely had some steez, but
Shout out. Yeah, I think everybody should be terrified. This is everyone's worst nightmare,
Whoa.
but I am confident in myself in terms of keeping my girl, and yeah, that's where I'm at.
yeah, how'd your girl, Jalen Durham and Cade Cunningham, are eligible bachelors?
oh, I didn't even see the super chat from Adam from the D. You got to ease into the darkness. Yeah, that was definitely her approach. She was not a fan. Listen, I moved schools. I think my freshman year. And that was the strategy. I moved into a little more eastern area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Be the first step through the door.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my boy Kyle.
As you walk through that,
Shout out to my boy Mario.
Whoa.
What?
You're naming all these boys.
Oh, that was a strategy. We were the light skins in school.
Oh, okay.
So we were the toe in the pool.
Thought you meant those were your victims.
No, what men?
I don't know.
Those are
You're
guys.
talking about easing people into the darkness. You start listing off dude names.
No, it's crazy because like I don't even know if I'm comfortable to say this next story. I'll tell you guys during commercial break, but like
Nope, let's hear it.
Yeah.
we definitely were the fucking like the dip in the toe, and then
love
a
some
couple
Grady
just
Dick.
fell in the pool. Like it was bad. The basketball team was bad. Shout out to Lansky's North basketball team. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
All right. Well, everything we do here is in a satirical, comedic purposes. We do not promote the sexual gratification of others or the violence upon others in any way. We are not real. Make sure you smash that like button and don't sue us. I ain't say that. Said I heard that dude that was on Kate's live stream. Oh, Kate's live stream. Yeah, dude, it always autocorrects to Kate. TikTok does the same thing.
Yeah.
That one time, and I thought I was going to ask for a date. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that guy was Cade no longer goes live after that.
Yeah?
That guy ruined it for everyone.
You ruined it. Ruined.
Cade was
Honestly,
like, how do I get him off? How do I get him off?
Get him out. Get him out. How do I get him out?
That is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That is the funniest shit. Can't wait
I
to
laugh
see you on
every
draft
time.
night. I hope that guy's not pissed. You know what? I don't care if he's
And
pissed.
he's kicking his feet.
Ah!
He's
No.
kicking his The guy's kicking his feet in the background with his hand on his like chin like this. I can't wait to see
you on draft night, Daddy.
You at draft
Crazy
night,
work.
Daddy.
I just saw a
I'm always
comment I wanted to
fucking
read. Damn it, I can't find it. Okay, Joe Bay asked, what is Goff doing if JD pulls up on his girl? Be a rat.
Well, Goff's definitely got more money.
That's fair. But once JD resigns, JD's got NBA contracts, and they're all guaranteed.
Well, he hasn't re-signed yet.
Shit.
Big bank take little bank.
Hey, Goff's gonna be restructured. Jalen Duren's gonna be extended. That's a different summer.
Shit.
If I'm Jalen Duren, talk to me in the summer.
Spinny's theory is JD would be restructuring as well. Jesus. Tearing down the wall. That's a Spinny theory. I don't know what you did
No,
there.
but that's the type of chemistry you want to see from your 1 and 2, right? Like on your team, you want to see that level of chemistry. If you can execute a 2-man, like
listen, the Lance Cruz North basketball team went very far after completing a similar mission.
You gotta be ready to play.
So I agree with you. I remember the Bubble Suns were the alleged team, the team that was rumored to have
Rachel Nichols.
slept with that too, and they went to the finals. Yeah. But the Bubble Suns, though, remember those 2 girls that went viral for like
Oh yeah.
talking about the entire team? The Suns went on a run. They had a good stretch in the bubble, and then they went to the finals a year after. Like it's
good chemistry.
It is good chemistry, you know.
You'll never be closer to a man unless you want to be.
So you huzz out there, get out there and do your job if you want Detroit Pistons with a championship. Silas with Super Chat says, no wonder Cade had to take Duren to a hidden cabin over the offseason.
Hey, yo.
He had to teach him the way of the alpha and handle the honey as a pro. The honeys, I should say.
I think that's discrediting Duren a bit.
Jalen Durham was trying to do his best to save the future of United States basketball by dating Angel Reese for a little bit.
He was.
Yeah. child would have been a monster.
We need some super kids.
No, the next Shep.
Hard pass.
I can't wait to see like these Zion creations. To be
I
honest
don't.
with you,
They're gonna come out of there like fucking monsters.
the thing is, though, they're gonna have a fucked up childhood because their moms are all fucked up.
Yeah.
So like,
shit.
They're gonna be, they're gonna be
They
hungry.
probably
Want
got
to
like
make it.
fucking
BBLs
one arm
coming
and like horns and shit. I don't know. One of them's definitely gonna have a tail, dude.
At least one.
Bowling ball humans.
Yeah, they're just gonna be melting as soon as they fall out of that abyss, dude.
My favorite part of the Kid IG vid is, yeah, bro. This is Freddie Felt 313. Yeah, that video's is that viral beyond Detroit?
The Cade one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, how do I get him on?
It still gets posted all the time.
Dude, that shit is funny.
For America. Damn right, Duncan Stewart. Think
I'd
of the child that Angel Reese and Jalen Durham would have. There's no way he's not 7 feet tall.
China virus. I'd be pissed if JG stole my wife. Listen, why do you think I hit on Jared Goff all the time? He stole my girl.
It's true.
I love you, Kristen. Come home.
Tell us about Ben Johnson, Nick.
If you need a fighter to fight for you in the courtroom, if you're going through any legal battle, his name is Ben Johnson. You can call him over at Ben Johnson Law or check him out at benfights.com. He's going to do everything to fight for you to make sure you come out on top. So check him out at benfights.com.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Mr. Vapor is a next-generation cannabis vape brand engineered for control, consistency, and clean delivery. The product utilizes cutting-edge tech and streamlined design to meet the demands of an experienced cannabis consumer who value performance, precision, and design clarity. Introducing the all-new premium 3-gram disposable THC vape, available in Berry Skittles, Blueberry Gelato, Bombsicle OG, Lemon Haze, Lush Ice, Phantom Punch, Rainbow Runts, Strawberry Satori, Vanilla Kush, and the fan favorite, Donkey Punch. Available at a dispensary near you. Find the store locator map online at www.mrvaporsword.com. Guess I'm gonna read the W's. When's the last time we typed in a www?
Never.
I don't think I did even back in the day. RIP the wwws. You know, no longer using those things. Speaking of RIPs, I do want to get this out the way, and I promise you we're getting straight to business. RIP to Israel Adesanya. I love you. Still got a chance. All right, Dana White announced he'll be fighting Joe Pfeiffer. I believe March 28th. Izzy's on a slide. Izzy's on a hell of a slide. I don't know if my heart could take another Israel Adesanya loss. All right, one of my favorite fighters ever, and just wish you well. Maybe I'll take the underdog. I don't know, do you think Izzy's got anything left in him, or should I be nervous, or what?
The UFC's dead. It doesn't matter.
You gotta stop that.
It is, bro.
It's not.
Who is he fighting?
Now. Joe Pfeiffer, who is a dog in his own right.
Sure he is.
He's got hands, like put you to sleep kind of.
I mean,
hands.
I've got hands. You've got hands, I'm pretty sure.
The rest
we
of
don't know
this
if
is
Jared
good.
Goff has hands, but
he has hands. So you got to find them. They're in there somewhere. Yeah, Izzy, I guess I'm just wishing you well, bud. Wishing you well. Into other news, Spinny. Why don't you break the news for Mike McDaniel?
Yeah, there is some breaking news that it is official that Mike McDaniel spent the night in Detroit, stayed overnight in the city, got wine-dined and 69'd, metaphorically, by the Detroit Lions, and hopefully they put in their best pitch to him, because we did have a picture of Mike McDaniel leaving DTW this morning on a flight to Tennessee, where he was going to obviously probably interview for the head coaching spot and look out some pretty good investment options. But, yeah, he stayed overnight in the city of Detroit.
That.
So take that for what you will. But Mike McDaniel, doing his due diligence, was now obviously requested by all of those head coaching jobs. And now the Philadelphia Eagles have thrown their hat in the ring to request his services for an offensive coordinator interview.
I don't give a fuck.
They're the only team that make me nervous. There were some pundits that listed the Chargers as number one because they're also without an offensive coordinator, which, sure, the opportunity to work with Justin Herbert would be great. But, like, what do you have other than Justin Herbert? You know, if you're taking a little bit of a risk with the Justin Herbert scenario, one, there were some guys open Sunday night. Mm-hmm. I mean, I get there was a lot of pressure, but there also were some guys open. I do respect the fact they made the playoffs under that type of duress. But with the Lions, it's no-brainer. Like, regardless of the record, you know that the offensive numbers, the offensive output is going to be enough for you to pick your choosing of the next job. Don't beat the Ben Johnson route is the way to go. He talked about it. He gave you the game. For any of these offensive coordinators that have an opportunity like year after year, and not just like an opportunity like you're taking interviews, an opportunity as like you're coveted, like people want to hire you. Take the Ben Johnson route where he told you, I'm not going to take the first job that I'm offered, and then I'm like every other coach, and I'm out in the next 5 years. Mike McDaniel, for example, a brilliant offensive mind who took the first job that was offered to him with the Miami Dolphins. Where is he at now? Out of a job, right? Like, you don't want to be that guy. Make sure you're the cream of the crop amongst the next hiring cycle, and then you get to choose where you go. Mm-hmm. You know, get the private flight, get the dinner, get everything they want. Make sure like you are the candidate that they want.
Yeah, he's flying commercial at these places.
Yeah, and you're picking Detroit. That's going to happen, man. Like, Jared Goff is a good quarterback. You have multiple different weapons. Like, it's guaranteed there. I feel like in Chargers in L.A., I don't know if it's the same scenario. Now, Philly, okay, there's some conversations to be had. In fact, if you're keeping A.J., if they could work out whatever's going on with A.J. Brown, that might be like the preference. I get it. You got the offensive line, the mobile quarterback, if shit goes south. Like, it may work out better for you. But Detroit's just as good.
Yeah.
I think you fix the interior offensive line. I think that's a spot where you're cruising for a head coaching job. Nick, you made a face when I said that, though.
I was just going to say, I think the A.J. Brown thing is a bigger deal than expected right now with him and Sirianni fighting on the main stage. You know, the playoff game after literally blowing smoke all season long. This has been, you know, when there's smoke, there's a fire usually. And this seems like a fire disaster scenario where if you have your pick of the litter, why would you choose and go to a situation like that? I don't know. I just think that is a bigger deal. What drama is there really in Detroit? Demont liked a couple posts on Instagram, you know, about
he might not even
kids.
be here because of it.
I know. I'm saying, like,
I know.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there's the whole A.J. Brown almost fighting his coach on national television.
Yeah, that's a lot of drama, obviously, with A.J. Brown. And you don't have anybody like that in Detroit, so that would definitely help. But there is still some question marks in Detroit when you look at the offensive line and what's going on there. Is Taylor Decker going to retire? Are you going to have to not only revamp the interior offensive line, but find a new left tackle in the process? So it's not like it's without question in Detroit, but I still think everywhere you go is going to be with question. That's why there are open opportunities. That's why there are vacant offensive coordinator spots, because I saw in the chat that Tampa Bay has also requested an interview with him, and we know that you don't know what's going on. Obviously, you've got Ibuka, but is Mike Evans going to be back? Is Godwin going to be back? Is Bucky Irving going to be able to stay healthy? Their offensive line's banged up too. So you don't know what's happening in Tampa as well, but that is a very attractive spot with a guy like Baker Mayfield and Emeka Ibuka going forward. I I still think that this is the spot, though. If it's an offensive coordinator job that he's really looking for, if it's not a head coaching stop, I think that the Detroit Lions just make the most sense because, like Eazy said, these jobs for head coach open up every single year. Every single year there is multiple jobs open for an NFL head coach. And this year, the only ones that I think excite people are Baltimore and Pittsburgh in namesake. Like Atlanta, you could say too, but you don't have a quarterback in Atlanta, and you don't have an opportunity to get a quarterback worth of shit for a long time because you already invested draft pieces into moving around and making players, and you invested money into Kirk Cousins. So you're not going to be able to sign anybody or draft anybody unless you really revamp a lot of things. And Pittsburgh is good in namesake, and it's good for the defense. But, again, you don't have a quarterback. You don't know what's going on there. You have a lot of aging veterans on defense. You don't know if Jalen Ramsey or Cam Hayward or any of those guys are going to come back. So I think you look at Baltimore as the best option when you talk about head coaching because Cam Ward is enticing, but does he want to be a part of a rebuild? And then nobody wants to go to Vegas no matter how many Tom Bradys you bring in there. So you look
unless you love Mendoza.
Unless you love Mendoza, but does anybody really love Mendoza?
No, and who's he going to throw to?
Nobody. And your owner's a lunatic, and he has bad haircuts. So, like...
Tom Brady there now, too.
Tom Brady there now, too. Maybe he wants to be the extra cook in the kitchen. What's going on there? It's Baltimore, and it's Detroit to me. I think if he doesn't end up... Because he can go be a head coach.
You think he doesn't want to be in Philly?
I think you'd rather be in Philly. I think you'd rather be in Detroit than Philly. And I look at do you really want to jump right out of Miami and go to Tennessee or Las Vegas? Those type of jobs will be open every single year. And next year, who knows? Maybe Sean McDermott doesn't get it done, he gets fired. Maybe Matt LaFleur, that extension doesn't turn out too well, he gets fired. Maybe Andy Reid retires and you can go coach Patrick Mahomes. Like, there are jobs that are going to be open that will be better than Tennessee or Las Vegas.
Yeah. I think the threats in order, because I don't think the Ravens are actually going to hire him. Just looking at Steve Bischoff speaking yesterday, who's also just a mafioso, complimented his GM while also threatening his livelihood in the same paragraph. That was amazing. But for me, I would rank them Tennessee threats.
Tennessee 1?
Yeah, Tennessee 1 because the head coaching job. Tennessee
over Baltimore?
I don't think he's going to get hired Baltimore. I'm not even really considering Baltimore a choice.
Not an AFC North guy?
Yeah, I just don't see him as the head coach.
But you remember what the owner of the Baltimore Ravens said about the GM. Like, we know that you fucked up a lot, which is part of the reason why John Harbaugh got fired. So maybe to try to save his job, he brings in this young, innovative offensive mind to get Lamar Jackson going.
Nah, I don't think so.
All right.
I think that they've only had 3 head coaches in history. I think they're looking for a guy that hits all the buttons, like leadership, coaching ability, like everything. I don't know. Mike's got on 2K, you're picking your coaches in GM mode, and they tell you the traits.
Yeah, A+.
Yeah. Mike's got a couple C's and D's on there. I think they're looking for somebody that fits the bill, or they're a good organization. Tennessee's not, but they do have a quarterback, and a quarterback you've seen play at a professional level. The Raiders. They're going to get a quarterback, but there's still a question mark of what Mendoza is going to be at this level. At least with Cam, you kind of know what you're getting. Tennessee, Philly, those are the threats. Then us, I think, on the preference. I swap us if you're Mike McDaniel. It's us or Philly. I think Philly's definitely up there, though.
Well, do you think they're ahead of us?
No.
No, I think if you're sitting down, you're interviewing with either Dan Campbell and Nick Sirianni, who's more likable? It's Dan Campbell.
And you have better weapons. I think you have a better quarterback. And there's much less strife in the locker room. We got Scott on. Is he good to go?
Yes, he is.
All right, we're going to go to break. So we'll see where Mike McDaniels ends up. Obviously, he's going to be the first domino that drops, and then wherever he goes, then you'll see stuff piling in after that. And we got some more options for Lions OC coming up, including one that might ruffle some feathers of people in Detroit. But after break, we got our guy Scott Bischoff coming on to talk NFL draft prospects and who the Lions could snag around 17. But first, tell us about the Massage Chair House.
Let me tell you guys about the Massage Chair House and my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, who has the #1 massage chair review channel on the internet. Scan the QR code or visit massagechairhouse.com. The reason why I recommend checking out his review channel before you hop in the store is he reviews every single chair he has in there. Find out what chair suits you, your body size, your type, what type of massage you're looking to get, go check out the review channel. But make sure you go see my guy, Dr. Duncan, the MassageChairHouse.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. You got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Let's face it, no matter what we do, we all have our aches and pains that we deal with on a daily basis. For me, it's my sciatica and my back. It's a son of a B. I'm not going to swear in this ad read. But providing reliable relief so you can live your best life is what Chill Medicated is here to do. Chill Medicated's line of topical products are non-transdermal, meaning it does not get you high, making it the perfect fit for all-day use in any environment. They got the Chill Medicated Sub-Zero, they got the body rub, the topical, the balm, the lotion, all that and more at chillmedicatedcbd.com. What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodsportsCom. Easy, much more reaction. Chris, Nicholas, Koloff. We are also joined by the one, the only, Scott Bischoff.
I'm not getting audio levels from him, but it's checked.
Scott, are you on mute? Nope.
I'm not getting any levels from him.
Should I give him another link? Or?
Yeah, probably send him another link.
Okay. Yeah. Apologize about that, Scott. We'll get Scott Bischoff to join us here
shortly.
Sorry,
Scott. It's Chris's fault.
Yeah, I'll blame Chris on that. God dang it, Chris. You fool! You fool.
Always my fault, never mind.
Nick, do you think we could lose Mike McDaniel to the Baltimore Ravens?
I think we could lose him to a lot of teams. I think he's a really good coach. I think Tua Tagovailoa messed up a lot of what he was doing and building momentum-wise. Your wide receiver 1 goes down. Tua has had issues. Their whole entire quarterback room has been bad. So, yes, I think Mike McDaniel is a very good offensive mind in the NFL that can be successful in a lot of different places. But he's going to need a hell of a defensive coordinator if he is a head coach, because I just don't think he has his pulse on everything. But you know, like, I think McDaniels and Flores would, like, make, like, a phenomenal tag team if they, like, ended up somewhere. Say, the Ravens, for that matter. Like, could you imagine that? I mean, we're talking Super Bowl, Spenny, if we're talking Lions.
Oh,
I mean, awesome. Can we make it happen? But if McDaniels does get a head coaching job and hires Flores as a defensive coordinator, that's immediately, like, you know, sirens going off in my brain. Like, watch out for them to be, you know, a spot where they can make some noise in the playoffs next year, strictly on an X's and O's, like, you know, talent, you know.
Yeah, that would. I mean, if you get Brian Flores and Mike McDaniel, that's arguably the best defensive mind in the league and arguably the best offensive mind in the league. I mean, I don't think Brian Flores, I would say, is closer to the top than McDaniels is, but McDaniels is, I think, inarguably a top 5 offensive mind in the NFL. So, yeah, that would immediately put you in Super Bowl contention, and that would be awesome. That would be the dream scenario for me, and it's very achievable when you see Brian Flores doing interviews with Washington, which, why the fuck would you do that? That would be so whack. Like, just to have Dan Quinn and Brian Flores in Washington, just, you know, let's have all the good defensive guys there.
I just can't believe
Why would he go to Washington? Wouldn't he want to go
Minnesota's
somewhere to
letting him
be
walk.
his
Can we
own?
get him for an interview?
Why not?
I want to hear that.
No.
If he's
'Cause they're keeping
interviewing
Shep
other
at this point.
If he's interviewing other places, why the hell is he not interviewing in Detroit? I mean,
Because we have a DC.
can we look in the mirror and see that we aren't in the playoffs right now because Brian Flores annihilated you twice?
And your defense has not been. I mean, your defense was bad last year, and obviously there was
The
injuries.
last 4 years they've been bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, let's ask our guy Scott Bischoff what he
sir.
thinks about the matter. Scott,
Hi.
any truth to the rumors that you're interviewing the Detroit Lions for the offensive coordinator position?
No. Come on, please. Stop it.
You're
That's
above
absurd. Nope.
If you
pour coffee.
You're only taking head coach interviews this cycle.
I'd like to be an owner.
Hey,
there you
that's
go.
fair.
There you go. Listen, I identify as an NFL owner. You guys must give me this team.
Good luck.
If you were in Mike McDaniel's shoes or Gators, whatever he wears, what would be the most
feel like he's an
attractive
UGG
offer
guy.
to you out there between, like realistic ones between the Philly job as OC? I think Tennessee's a realistic one. I don't know, maybe the Raiders as well. Like, what's the most attractive spot if you're an offensive coordinator out here?
I don't know if the Raiders would make a ton of sense for. I mean, obviously, his future aspirations are to be a head coach somewhere. I don't even know if Tennessee makes a bunch of sense outside of it being a head coaching position. But I feel like there's some volatility there. So, if it's not that he needs his image rehabbed or any of that stuff, but the idea of working with the Lions' weapons under Dan Campbell would be something that I think would be really good long term for him, because it would lead to obviously we're assuming he does a good job. It leads to a head coaching job somewhere in like 2 to 3 years. But you could say the same thing for Philly. They have good weapons. They have good things going on their offense too. So it's just a matter of culturally what's the best fit for him. I will tell you that I think the Lions have more stable quarterback play, probably a higher floor, less ceiling than Jalen Hurts. So maybe that's something that factors in for him. I don't know.
Scott, obviously, I think the biggest thing that the Lions need to fix, or the biggest question mark for any kind of offensive coordinator that would come in here, would be their offensive line. And it's crazy to say after what we've been over the past 5 years, but not only did they have to tweak their interior, but now they probably have to get a left tackle, because more than likely Taylor Decker is going to hang him up after this season. And there's a guy I fell in love with, and I need you to talk me out of him or talk me into him at 17 possibly for the Detroit Lions, and that's Jennings Dunker out of Iowa. I mean, this guy he just seems like a Dan Campbell guy. He's a mullet. He's nasty. He's a nasty run blocker. He's got good speed for his size at tackle. He obviously has grown from I think he was a 2-star or even a 3-star prospect to now one of the best tackles in the nation. And he, from Iowa, nasty, mean, aggressive, physical run blocker with good athleticism and feet speed. I mean, it sounds like a Dan Campbell guy, and I gotta feel like he's gonna be there at 17. No,
yeah, I think he'll be there at 17. It's really early in the process, so grain of salt kind of conversations in and around, prospects. But I worry about his athleticism. I think there are other tackles So I guess the Lions are in a unique position with Penei Sewell that they don't absolutely have to have a left tackle, right? So that's going to be part of the conversation is, do you feel like maybe there's right tackle possibilities with some of these guys? To me, he looks like a guy who labors a lot physically, athletically. I think he's a good run blocker and all that stuff. I worry about him from a pass pro standpoint. But, the Lions are in a position where whether Decker retires or not this year, they cannot go into the next season without the left tackle position being addressed, if that makes sense. The problems that we all saw this year with their offensive line could get duplicated if you don't address that position. There's a variety of ways they can do it, but they're going to have to take a tackle relatively early. I think if you want a premium player, you're probably going to have to take one at 17, and it's just a matter of do they go the left tackle route? And if they do, there'll be a couple players there that I think are intriguing for them. If they want to take a right tackle and move Penei Sewell, that comes with some complications, and I would understand why they would do it. But these are decisions that are important that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are going to have to make. 17 feels a little bit early for Dunker, but I get the allure of why we'd be talking about him. I do.
Yeah, when I was looking at him too, I agree with you with the athleticism. I thought his arms looked a little smaller than I think at the left tackle position. But out of Iowa, we took Riley Reif, and I mean he had a
it feels awful early in the process to be canning a dude and tell him he's going to have to go play guard. It's hard, and sometimes it's hard to see too. Like, what is arm length and how do they move their feet and all that stuff. To me, if you don't move your feet real well, your arm length doesn't matter all that much. I do think that he's somewhat limited athletically, but there's still a lot of work to be done, and I got to watch a lot more. But I mean, there's some players I think that'll rise in the process. He may come up a little bit. My assumption is he's going to grade somewhere probably in the early to mid second round range. But again, it's early.
Yeah, I had 3 first rounders in the tech class, and I obviously have done all of it. I was wondering how many you had. I had Proctor, Maui Goa, and Freely.
Not Fanu?
Oh, Fanu as well. I apologize. Completely forgot about him. I meant 4. Whoops.
Freeling is super intriguing. Like to me, he does really technical things. There's not a lot of chatter out there about him going really real early in the media yet, but it'll come. Proctor is a total. I don't know what to think about Caden Proctor. I don't know. He gives me Evan Neal vibes at times. His lower body's so heavy. There are times where I worry about his future in the NFL. But I mean, it's going to be interesting. The free agency is going to dictate some of this too. Obviously, they need to address the center position. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do that. Again, a variety of ways to do that too. But it's early. But I think those guys are all tackles that make some sense. Freeling to me is a player. Like if they took Proctor at 17, I would cringe a little bit at this point in time. I know it's really early, but I just worry a lot about his abilities to play on the edge. Both Utah tackles are pretty athletic guys. It's just how do they hold up physically? And to me, Monroe Freeling is probably a player who right now most would have, in the middle second round range. But I think when all is said and done, he'll be a player that gets talked about in and around the 15 to 20 range, just because of all the things that he can do already and how technical he is.
And that's how I was going to say with Freeling, my only concern with him is like the lack of experience. Do you think he'll be ready to go? Like if the Lions need him to go, if Decker does hang him up and he maybe not at left tackle, but even at right tackle, would he be ready to go week 1?
It's a great question. I assume the assumption
him,
is that you're drafting a left tackle and you're hoping that you get enough out of Decker to give that player a bit of a runway. But to your point, Decker decides Decker gets an injury in March or April or whatever, or post draft, whatever it is, and decides that he can't go. You need to have a plan. Do I think he can play? Yeah, but there'd be some bumps in the road for sure. But you're going to have that in this class. You're going to have that if you take a tackle at 1 overall, whoever you take, there's going to be moments of ugliness for sure.
Where you at with the interior offensive line? I feel like that's not even sure in itself yet either. Although I do expect Graham to come back, but that was a pressure that gave Goss the most trouble in my opinion, at least when I watch him. And I don't know if that situation said either. Would you take a guard at 17?
I wouldn't think so because of you took Ratledge last year to play right guard, and I think he played better over the last 4 to 6 games than he did early. And I feel like you're pretty set there. You're pretty solid there. Mahogany had a rough year being injured and coming back and trying to get back and all that stuff. I wonder. I'm not sure how sold they are on Mahogany. and exactly what that's going to look like. But guard could be a position in free agency. They go get a player who's on the last legs of his career, a Wyatt Teller type, maybe from Cleveland, where you come in and you just plug him next to whoever's going to play left tackle, and you feel pretty comfortable there. But then the problem is who's playing center for you, and the solutions there, the solutions that make sense at center are expensive ones. You're not going to draft in this class. You're not drafting a center hoping to get instant starter out of it. You're not really going to get that. So does a player like does backing up the Brinks truck for Tyler Linderbaum make some sense? If you had a bunch of money to spend, sure, and that would stabilize everything. But I in some ways I almost the better guard play you get, the easier it is to play center, and vice versa. If you have a really we saw it, you saw what the difference was in what Frank Ragnow delivered as opposed to a kind of a guy like Graham Glasgow who's banged up the entire year, and he gave the Lions everything he could possibly have given them, but it's limited, and he's an older player. He's at the end. Those are the two decisions. What do they do at center, and what do they do at tackle? And those decisions, they're going to have to hammer those decisions and get them right to get the offensive line back to where it was. And that's kind of like, that's why, to me, that's the Mike McDaniel conversation. Is first and foremost, his running game scheme is awesome, and I mean it just is. And it's not like they've had big bodies doing it, down in Miami. But that he can draw up designs to run the ball very effectively. He also uses them in the passing game, interestingly too. And I think a player like Jahmyr Gibbs would go bananas in his scheme. But, the idea of getting the running game going and more on track, to me, is super interesting. And, I think it would do great things for the offense, knowing that the passing game will work itself out if you're putting yourself in good down and distance, running the ball.
And another thing, obviously, Brad likes to do is do the best player available. And I was going to ask you about, edge rusher, and possibly maybe they get an edge rusher. But Brad has also come out and said that he is going to continue doing the same things he's done with the edge rushing room and just stick with that. So I'm not even going to ask you about first round edge rusher. But safety is a spot where maybe you actually need somebody. With Brian Branch probably gone until November at the very least, and his contract not done yet. Kirby Joseph, you don't know what his health is going to be through the rest of the year or through the rest of his career, honestly. And if a guy like Caleb Downs slips in this draft and gets out of that top 10,
yes,
you got to think that would be best player available, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's a simple answer. Yes. Please. He would be great. There's ways that they can do some of that stuff. They need playmaking in their secondary. Caleb Downs would do it. Keontae Scott is the defensive back from Miami. He would be an interesting add, not in first round, but he'd be an interesting player to add just because of the variety of things he can do. But yeah, Downs would be a really nice addition. The Lions are in a bit of a pickle with the Kirby Joseph injury, with the Brian Branch unknown, the recovery of, with that big injury, with Sam Laporta, recovering from back surgery. There's just a lot of unknown. So on top of, the offensive line decisions that have to get made, it's those decisions too. Like, what are you doing contract-wise for Branch? What are you doing with Laporta? You got Gibbs, you got Campbell. Those guys are going to get paid. But, there's a lot going on there. They're going to make their, Holmes and Campbell are going to make their money with their decisions this year for sure.
I agree wholeheartedly with you.
Do you think this fan base could stomach another first-round Ohio State cornerback or defensive back?
If it was Caleb Downs, yeah.
I'm already seeing Caleb Okuda in the chat.
Okay. Okay.
Caleb Downs is great.
If that's the perspective, we're not changing minds. We're good.
Do you think this team can afford to not go in the trenches with the first-round pick, Scott?
It depends on what they do in free agency, but the worst possible outcome is for them to ignore either center or the tackle position and have it be a problem come, September. Taylor Decker's hurt, and you're trying to play,
Manu,
whoever it is, whether it's Giovanni Manu or the next guy. You know what I mean? It's a bad problem to not address it, knowing that it's an issue, but it's also, you need a defensive end. You need some pass rush opposite Hutchinson. You also need to give him a little bit of rest too. Like, he doesn't need to play 95% of the defensive snaps. They need some help there. But the problems is you need an edge tackle. You need a center. You need a defensive end. You guys mentioned you need a safety. My assumption is they're gonna draft a tight end probably around 5 range, more of an inline blocker type. There's only so many picks that you have. So, to answer the question, I feel like it'd be almost reckless not to address, the trenches and specifically tackle or center. But again, free agency is going to happen, and we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I guess like when you look at this Detroit Lions team not making the playoffs, I feel like they're not far off. Like, I feel like had you had an offensive line this year, that alone would have got you to the playoffs. I wasn't too disgusted by anything I saw from Dan Campbell as a play caller. I feel like the offensive line stopped the run game, and obviously the pressure with Goff, he's just no good with it. How far do you think they are from contending? Like, what are the priorities in your mind they need to address to even return back to the contender conversation?
I don't think they were far off either. I mean, as much as the offensive line was an issue, the Lions were they a top 3 scoring offense in the NFL? I mean,
they were.
So it's not like they're that far off. And I think that a little bit of that speaks to how good Goff was in moments this year. I know that he's got his issues with pressure and all that stuff. He just does. But he played really well this year. And, the Lions offense they did really good things for the most part. Obviously, there were times when they did look, like think about the Vikings games where you think, man, they just have your number. They just do. Get Brian Flores out of the division. That's the best outcome.
Amen.
Absolutely.
I don't think they're that far. They're that far off, but they have some hurdles. There's some issues that they're going to have to figure out. Are they like issues where if they don't resolve them, they're the window's closed? No, I don't think so. But they do need to figure out what they're going to do post Taylor Decker. They need to figure out what they're going to do at center. You need more pressure from your whether it's scheme pressure or whatever it is from the edge position. And then, to your point about the safety, I don't know. We don't know what Kirby Joseph's status is. We don't know how quickly Branch is going to return, if he returns to the status that he once was. There's a lot of unknown.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I guess the last question I'll leave you here with, because my crush in this draft, at least that I deemed once upon a time realistic. I don't know about now. I think he's going to go too early than I want. Francis Marigo was my guy. I'm in love with this. I mean, I have an absolute man crush in this human being. Is there a possibility he makes it to 17?
If for some reason he comes in with like really short arms and slides from, but
and he's 40 pounds overweight and trips on his 40-yard dash and finds out he has a girlfriend crazy that doesn't exist and beats up a homeless guy on his way to the draft party. Maybe he'll slip.
I'm going to bring a laser pointer to the combine. That's what I'm going to do.
To me, he could be a super high level guard, so there's some safety, security with him. I mean, I see what you're seeing too. I like him as a player a lot too, but I do think he'll be gone. And this is not a great draft class. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that are going to go early. Damn it. He may be offensive tackle 1 for some teams.
I think he might be the number 2 pick of the draft.
Whoa. He could be. The concept of just letting him play as a right tackle and not having to move him around, that makes some sense. But there are other options too. So Miami's left tackle is super interesting to me. Markel Bell. He's like
huge.
He's legit 6'9" and 345 pounds, and he has 36.5-inch arms.
Jesus.
And so just watch him on Monday, and he does a good job in pass pro. To me, he is a really intriguing player. Now he's raw. He was a junior college transfer going to Miami 2 years ago, and he didn't play in the first 8 games. They had an injury. He then played the last 4 as their left tackle. I want to say they moved their left tackle into left guard to play him at left tackle, and he's had a pretty good year. I don't know that he declares. We'll see. They have, because they're in the title game, they have an extra week to decide, or week and a half. But to me, he'd be like if you guys remember Patrick Paul, who went to Miami in the middle of round 2 a couple years ago. He's kind of like that, where he's a little bit raw, but it's the planet theory. How many dudes are on the planet who are that big, moving like that, already showing you on some level that they're capable in pass pro, and they're pretty good, moving people as run blockers, even as tall as he is. He's a player I think will come up boards if he declares, but we'll see. So, I mean, there are options in and around these things, but very clearly the Lions have a lot of very important decisions coming up.
Scott, man, I appreciate your time. As always, anything you'd like to promote while you got you on the show?
No, we're good. We're good.
Any final takes, any hot takes you'd like to get off your chest?
Nope. No.
Come on,
no.
something.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate
What's
it.
more likely, Maui goes at 2 or he goes at 17?
I think it's just super unlikely he's on the board at 17.
Yeah.
I would love him to be, because to me he would make some sense, but I think you're moving Sewell in that scenario. But Sewell as your left tackle and him as your right tackle is pretty damn intriguing. But and maybe unlikely just because I think he's going to go pretty early.
I got one last tiny one, I guess. If Mike McDaniel does take an Eagles job or a head coaching job, are you sweating Dan Campbell returning back as your play caller next year?
Not necessarily, because some of the players or some of the coaches that you're looking at, I think Dan Campbell is probably still calling plays. Some of them, like T. Martin, has not called plays before. Jake Peets, the Seahawks passing game coordinator, he hasn't called plays either. So there's going to be a collaboration, but I mean, I think it's okay. It's just, is it perfect? No, but they'll figure it out. They got to figure it out.
Scott, appreciate you so much, brother.
The man, I appreciate you,
No
Scott.
problem, guys. We'll see you.
See you later.
See you, brother.
Shout out to Scott Bischoff, man.
Wish you had time. I was snuck in some hockey questions to him.
He's the guy. But first,
go ahead.
Let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of your lovely talented stylists. You can get a hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, a hot towel treatment, all that wrapped into one in the King's treatment. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome. And let me tell you about Jack's Car Wash. There are 40-plus Jack's Car Wash locations all around Michigan. Just text WSN to 888-522-1729 to get a free car wash on us. It's Jack's Car Wash.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where we mean everybody, can get full-body workouts in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,700 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. All right, Mad Packs fans, if you're looking to elevate your rotation, listen up. This week only at all King of Buds locations and Vibe, Inkster, that's not right, you can grab 4 Boom Shakalakas for just $20 or 5 high-low pre-rolls for only $12. Plus, when you buy any Mad Packs ounce, you'll get a free Boom Shakalaka. These are the perfect pickups to get you through a Michigan winter. Stay locked in with Woodward Sports Network for all the latest Mad Pack updates, or go to getmadpacks.com. This week only at all King of Buds locations and Vibe Inkstone.
Yeah, it happens to me too. Clearly.
Yeah, I don't know why they put it like
Happens to
that.
Chris with BlackRock too.
And Vibe Inkster.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Waits Live, WoodwardSports.com. Easy to much more reaction. Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash the like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. We have some breaking news to bring to you guys. An offensive coordinator candidate has entered the pool for the Detroit Lions. Maybe. As one former Detroit Lion himself, Dan Orlovsky.
Dan Orlovsky.
Do you want to play the clip or you want us to talk about it?
Let's play the clip first.
Okay.
Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
Any final closing arguments here on why you would either want to do it or not want to do it in Detroit?
Oh, I would do it very much so in Detroit. I love that place. I love that organization. I love a lot of those people that are there. I love Jared. I'm a huge Jared guy. So
Kind of got fat.
I don't think that's actually me.
That's like you and MCDC's child.
No, well, once you get in that building, he's going to force you to work out.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, true.
You're going
Right.
to get jacked again. You know, you're going to do the whole thing.
That's Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, it's
All
interesting.
right. ESPN analyst, always breaking down. I think he's phenomenal on ESPN. By
He is.
the
He's
way.
very good.
Teams have poked around, talked to Dano a little bit. That's why he got his raise at ESPN to keep him there. Is that something you'd be open to? Dan Orlovsky coming here and calling plays, former Detroit Lion, former player. We know Dan likes to hire these former players. Dan Campbell was on the 0-16 team. He came to the franchise around. I don't want to hear nothing about what he was as a player. Dan Campbell was the world's greatest tight end. Is that something that interests you, Spinny?
No. Hard pass. You guys are killing me on David Blau, right? You want Dan Orlovsky, who has no years of experience in any type of coaching aspect in the NFL or calling plays or anything like that. And I love Foxy. I love the McAfee show. But Evan Foxy went out there and he said, oh, he has deep knowledge of Ben Johnson's system. How? Because he's watched the film? Then I have deep knowledge of Ben Johnson's system too. Maybe they should hire me.
Okay, relax.
But even Pat McAfee, he was like, when it went back to the, again, I don't want to be disrespectful, but when it went back to McAfee, he was like, that would be great for our show. No, it's not going to be Dan Orlovsky. Maybe you want to be the assistant quarterbacks coach, Dano. Sounds good. You're not just getting the job at offensive coordinator. What are we, the Colts? Like, we saw how that worked out with fucking Jeff Saturday. Like, no, I'm good on Dano. I like his work at ESPN. I do. I think he obviously knows ball. He's a quarterback. But no, I am not in a Super Bowl window giving the reins to what was one of the top offenses in the National Football League to Dan Orlovsky.
All due respect to you, Spinny. I feel like his film watching goes a little differently than
Probably.
ours. But listen, it's not a name I'm putting out there. But if it's an interview that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes take, and they're interested in bringing him in the building, and they have the confidence enough to have the conversation with him, I'm fine with it. Honestly, even if that is a scenario, which it's highly unlikely, none of this is happening. This is just all by the Pat McAfee show, doing one of the little bits, and Dano's playing along with it because, of course, he'd love an NFL coordinating job. He's spoken about it before in the past. But if the Detroit Lions bring him in, I'm there. And if he's brought here, I'm telling. It's another situation where Dan Campbell's calling the plays, and I've said this multiple times in this show now. I don't have an issue with Dan Campbell calling the plays. I think he had an offensive line. A lot of the things you saw went well, go better last year, and it went really well for the most part outside to be able to run the football and protect Jared Goff interiorly.
I'd love to have a hot, tall, light-skinned wife, but that doesn't mean I just get one walking outside.
Where's
No,
Taina
you have to work for
I
that.
want it,
you
I
have
want
to put
it,
in the
I want
hours
it.
for that. And Dano, I know they're playing the bit because they're friends, and it's a good thing. And Foxy even said today, he was like, you know what? I don't want you as my OC anymore because
he said he'd rather take the Chargers
he said he'd rather
job.
take the Chargers job. And
Which
Dan,
is insane to me.
You better like what you can get, Dan. All right? No,
Yeah.
But it was a bit. It's not going to be Dan Orlovsky. They're not going to interview Dan Orlovsky. There are a lot of much more qualified candidates. Could Dan get a job down the line somewhere? Maybe. Sure. Why not? Not with the Lions. Not this year.
Yeah. Nick, where you at with this one?
It's flashy, and I'm all about the flash, baby.
Let's go.
I don't know if Dan is the guy here. I mean, obviously he has the personality. We've seen it. Like we've we've seen him on, live, like national television for so long now, but it doesn't mean this is the right guy. I'll continue to say this. It's McDaniel or bust until he lands a head coaching job. And if he doesn't, Sheila Ford-Hamp, Brad Holmes, and Dan Campbell have failed this organization to not get Mike McDaniel. But I will say it's flashy, and it's, root for radio type situation. Dan Orlovsky in here would drive numbers. But I just don't know if he truly is the guy. And honestly, I don't know if, do you think he would mesh well in this locker room after being like big personality guy on TV for all these years? Like, I don't know. Do you think he would fit well with Dan?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dan and Dan.
Listen.
Dan and Dan at law.
I'm not
on the
telling
road
you.
to a Super Bowl.
I'm not
baby.
telling you I want. Listen, my name's Daniel as well.
My dad's name's Danny.
Triple D's get the job done for you. All right? I promise you it would. But this is totally based on if Dan and Brad decide to bring him in, even for the interview. It's all hypothetical. We're bringing it up because it's brought up, and it's making we're not doing our jobs if we don't talk about it. But yeah, I would be down if Dan is down. I'll put you that way. I do want to say this though to the Mike McDaniel stuff, Chris. If you pull that picture up one more time, all right. I do think that's the answer. I'm kind of with you, Nick. Like, if you don't land this one, you have every reason for it to happen. Outside of maybe some internal stuff that we don't know about, that you don't fit the scheme or whatever it is. Why is this man flying commercial?
Yeah.
If you want him so bad.
Yeah, gotta fly in private.
I don't give a flip if it's first class, business class, whatever. You fly the private jet out.
Send him the
for Mike McDaniel. I love Sheila Ford. I think she's been amazing as an owner. That is dropping the ball to me. All right, this is a guy who he makes the decision. I guess, yeah, you do. You're making the hire. But you're pursuing him.
You think
you're courting him.
You think that's a power move?
Yeah, I do.
Like, we don't send the private jet out for coordinators.
That's
but that guy you do.
Yeah.
Especially within this window.
I mean, the Titans didn't, and they're trying to get him as their head coach.
They didn't send him the private?
That was him boarding a commercial flight to Tennessee.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not him getting off the.
No, that was him boarding. I got it off of Twitter. It was a girl. She said he's
boarding.
He's boarding my flight at DTW right now to Tennessee.
Yeah, so he could have been flown in private, but he could have flew out commercial because this is just some business.
That's true because I didn't see him exiting a flight. I did see the guy that took a picture of him in the airport together, but could have been flown in private. We don't know that.
No, I think he was on commercial.
We don't know.
Why would he be there? Those are the private airports. They got the one in Waterford. The president came in on.
The bigger story is, again, don't let him leave. Like, forget that. Don't let him leave. Don't let him go. I don't care whether he flew.
Well, he's leaving. He's leaving. He's got other interviews.
You got to DeAndre Jordan that shit. You got to just lock the doors and stay in the house till he signs.
Mishanuga, how'd he fly in? On his wings, you idiot. I'm just kidding. I think he flew commercial, looked like. I'm sure it's first class. But I don't know. That's a private flight type of situation. You got to court that guy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like seeing him in the airport, although
amongst the wild. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. You got people taking pictures of him and shit.
Also, if I was there, game over. He would have never left. I would have been pumping his tires up. Come on, Dan, they're gonna build statues for you here in Detroit. Statues, mid vape rip. I don't give a shit. Whatever it needs to be done. Shout out to our social team also for that post. It was hilarious.
Shout out Trev.
The vape
waiting
post?
on the waiting on the Mike McDaniel's news.
Pretty much, man. I don't know.
I would love that to happen.
It'll be interesting. And I think any other coordinator you hire, maybe outside. See, I kind of somewhat disagree with Scott. I feel like if Pete's the hire, I think he calls the plays. I think that's a guy that's ready to come here and call plays. He's been around a lot of brilliant minds. He's been offered an offensive coordinator position before with Nebraska. I think that's a guy who come here and call plays. Anybody else? I know a lot of people don't like it for whatever reason. I don't understand the reasoning, to be quite honest with you. I'd have to have it broken down for me outside of the game management stuff. I completely understand that. Dan's calling your plays next year.
Dan? Well,
if it's
not
Pete, if it's not Mike, it's Dan. No matter who you're bringing in here, at least for that first year.
What if they bring in Cliff Kingsbury?
To his comfortable enough to pass, he ain't. We didn't even interview him. By the way,
interviews haven't ended yet.
Cliff Kingsbury, I don't even know if he fits what we got going on. He did it with 2 mobile quarterbacks. And the one situation got figured out, and obviously they got sick of him in Washington too.
Yeah.
He did great things for him. I don't even know why he would have broken that off.
He's trying to get a head coaching job.
He could have did it just interviewing off the anyway.
That's true. He did just leave.
It was a mutual, He seems like a guy that's a little bit full of himself. Dan ain't having that shit.
That's true.
Remember the fucking draft party? He's in Arizona. I mean, that's a beautiful
Massive
setup.
house.
My Lord. He seems like the Aaron Rodgers of offensive coordinators. I'm not mad at anything he did, by the way, too. He got fired, took a trip to Thailand with his hot-ass wife. I'd be doing the same shit. But I just, in the football world, with a football guy like Dan Campbell, who got his wife a football cake for her 50th birthday, for Christ's sake.
That's crazy.
He ain't dealing with that shit. And maybe Mike Daniels got a little bit of that, too. Maybe the Lions are kind of good on that front. Like, hey, we're kind of comfortable with what we got. It fits in what we've done in the past. We feel like we're just missing the offensive line. Who knows?
That would be stupid.
It would be stupid. At least get him in the building. Who knows? I mean, does Danny – I don't know, man. There's so much to talk about there. Does Danny want to give up the play calling? Even when it came to Ben Johnson, he was flirting around with, keeping the play calling situation. I don't know if he was just trying to, slip people up with the rope-a-dope there, but he likes calling plays. He enjoys it.
I enjoy making the playoffs.
Yeah, I enjoy winning.
I enjoy making the playoffs, too.
Let's
That's
go to
not on
break.
Dan's play calling, though.
It's on Dan's hiring.
Yes, it is.
Let's go to break. We're going to come back, and we're going to keep talking Lions. But first, tell us about Black Rock.
Let me tell you about Black Rock Bar and Grill. It is a sizzle above the rest. Check out any of the locations closest to you. Heartland, Novi, Kitten, Ann Arbor, Utica, Davidson, and Portage. Good food, good vibes, good service, and now good prices. You can get 20% off your total food bill just by mentioning Woodward Sports. Exclusions do apply. Check it out.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill sub-zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill sub-zero.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Listen, I love Detroit-style pizza. I've earned my right to be a snob about it. All right, I can pick and choose where I go because I've had the original Detroit-style pizza with Buddy's Pizza. Been in business for 70-plus years. What are you doing if you haven't had the Detroit-style pizza from Buddy's Pizza? He ducked it totally wrong time. That was... Damn it. Visit Buddy'sPizza.com. Try it for yourself. Matter of fact, if you do a review, we'll play it on this channel, on this show. All right, use promo code TIMMEAL, save yourself 10%.
And let me tell you about Mad Packs. All right, Mad Packs fans, if you're looking to elevate your rotation, listen up. This week only at all King of Buds locations and at Vibe in Inkster, you could grab 4 Boom Shakalakas for just $20 or 5 high-low pre-rolls for only $12. Plus, when you buy a Mad Packs ounce, you'll get a free Boom Shakalaka. These are the perfect pickups to get you through the Michigan winter. Stay locked in with Woodward Sports for all of the latest Mad Pack updates and go to getmadpacks.com. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
Mad Packs! What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward. Wait, so why'd you do that? Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream.
Share it.
We'll probably be talking about most of the offseason until it happens, either up until the draft coverage, is who the Detroit Lions are going to hire for their offensive coordinator spot, shooting names out, and order Mike McDaniel Pete's. That's it for me, to be honest with you. I guess anybody else should bring in, sure, whatever. In my opinion, they're a puppet for Dan Campbell at that point. Maybe being groomed to become a eventual play caller, which makes sense. I think some of the shit you saw with Johnny Moe last year was that fault in Dan Campbell. Like, if you want shit called a certain way, you should have had the play calling first.
Yeah.
Yes. And then pass it off to him. Like, let him see how you want it done. I think that's going to be the steps moving forward for the next guy if it's not 2 of these elite guys. I mean, who else? Yeah, we haven't interviewed Nate Schellhase. I don't know why. I don't like that.
No.
What do you get? I don't know. I don't like that.
Burn with the suit. Maybe he's got like beef with Dan Campbell. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Could be. I mean, they've been in the league for a long time. Burn with the super chat said, I could see Nick running up like an old-timey shoeshine boy. Sir, do you have a minute? Why, you're Mike McDaniel. And then he sells. Mad Pack's talking.
Yeah. I can see Nick doing that.
Shout out.
Nick's one of the better salesmen here at Woodward Sports.
Nick is a good salesman.
Appreciate
By golly.
it. I would do my
You're
part.
Mike McDaniel.
By golly.
By golly.
Oh, why you gotta make it weird? Why you gotta do it?
Anything to get the job done, Nick.
Does not make
Whatever it takes.
If it
Whatever it takes.
If it meant Mike McDaniel would be the offensive coordinator for the Lions.
$50 million.
Oh, come on, boys.
You get 10% of his contract.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I feel like women.
Shout out
Nick has
to
quit
Mike
dick, for
McDaniel.
sure.
I
He
don't
has
love you
quit
that
being
much,
gay.
buddy. No.
You just stopped.
Nick is on the
Nick
mend.
has stopped the dick.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
okay.
He's
Hashtag
10 bucks.
stop it.
Everybody has been muted. We do not condone anything said in this show right now. No, not gay. Confirmed.
Nick officially back on puss.
Back on the puss.
Oh, God.
Oh, say that.
I'm back on hand jobs. Shout out to Trav, dude. That was legendary.
That was.
All right, Spinny, I had a quarterback thing in here. We all said that we're on the league with Nick. I'm taking it wherever you'd like to take it.
Let's do the quarterback thing, and then we'll get to around the league next, so we can give it a full segment.
Okay. Because I saw, scrolling through Twitter, I saw people rank which quarterbacks. Obviously, there's conversations we've been having with some of the Detroit Lions fans, especially the coping ones coming back from Wild Card Week and saying, you know what? Jared Goff could have made that throw Caleb Williams had on fourth and 8.
God, dude.
In fact, we've seen it here. Fucking where? We've seen those conversations.
Played a different play.
How many of these quarterbacks in the playoffs, obviously the ones in limited as well, would you have taken over Jared Goff, or would you take Jared Goff over? I actually wrote down my list. You want me to go over the names for you?
Yeah, I'll yeah.
Okay. You want to start NFC or AFC first?
Start in the AFC.
All right. Josh Allen.
I'd take Josh Allen.
What?
I know. Crazy stuff.
What?
Ask Neil Rule. It's
Huh?
Chat, feel free to play along as well. I'm with you on that one. I got Josh Allen.
no brainer.
Hot take.
Bo Nix.
I'm taking Jared Goff.
I took Goff as well. I'm with you on that one as well.
I'm not as enamored by Bo Nix as a lot of people are.
This one I'm interested to see because I know you trolled in the past. But you've seen some stuff now. I think you already know the name is coming up. It's Trevor Lawrence. T-Law.
Oh, man. That's a close one because the way Liam Cohen is utilizing Trevor Lawrence, he's really bringing out a lot of his true skill
in the
set.
system too.
Yeah.
With
but,
poop receivers.
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. kind of shit the bed. Obviously, Travis Hunter's injured, and Jacoby Myers' career too. But Trevor Lawrence still has that cousin come out of him a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Which Goff does too.
Goff does too.
But he's kept the tape.
Twitch.
You're talking about.
I took T-Law. You sure? No idea what I did.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go JG. I trust him more.
That's fine. All right.
He's more. Trevor Lawrence is more talented, but I would trust Jared Goff more to win me a game.
Okay. Justin Herbert.
I'm taking Herbert, but you think it's a snap answer, but he looks like. No, it's not. I'm not blaming Herbert for this one, even though like how many times do you not get the blame until it's on you?
Yeah.
Because
next time.
Yeah, next time. I mean, when you got both tackles gone, you've got the corpse of Easy's uncle running around trying to catch routes.
Can I tell you something
You
real
got
quick?
two white boys and Quentin Johnston. Like
32 different line combinations they had in that offensive line this year.
Yeah.
For the LA Chargers. 32.
I'll go Herbert, even though.
So you're Herbert over T-Law then too, huh?
Herbert over T-Law too, yeah.
That's fine. I took Herbert as well. For
no
context,
shit, dude.
For context, when I judge my quarterbacks, these in a vacuum. All right, I'm not including Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra, J-Mo. I'm just
in a vacuum.
If I'm fucking drafting a team right now to go win a Super Bowl with, and I have 7 qualities too: arm talent, accuracy, processing, pocket, off script, like creatability,
Goff would die behind that line. That's true.
Turnover risk management and coachability and scheme fit.
Yeah.
Okay. Drake May.
Drake May.
Okay. CJ Stroud.
Jared Goff.
I took Stroud, but it was thin.
Yeah.
Because I just see Stroud's dealing with no offensive line right now too, and they took
He
away.
is dealing, but I mean, so was Jared Goff.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't dealing with the best offensive line. He had a much better year than CJ Stroud.
With these young guys, are you factoring in contract at all? Like obviously
Nope.
with CJ.
Nope. Just purely skill.
I'm taking Goff over Stroud.
Goff also throwing to Jameson Williams. I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Nico Collins ain't a slouch. And they have their defense is setting them up in pretty good prime field opportunities.
And they have Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. They do have Charlie Kirk on their side.
That was unbelievable.
That was unbelievable.
That was crazy, especially because it's such a meme situation right now too.
They have Christian Kirk for sure.
Last but not least, this goes without question, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you're taking Jared Goff.
Okay, so you have Jared Goff over 3 of those quarterbacks.
4, I think.
4 of them.
T-Law, Rodgers.
Oh, you said Goff over JG. Did you flip?
Me?
Goff,
No,
JG,
you
or same thing. T-Law,
Rodgers,
Knicks,
Stroud,
and
Rodgers.
Stroud.
Yes, a 4. Okay. I only took Goff over Knicks and Rodgers. Stroud was a thin one for me. I almost wanted to do an equal sign there.
Yeah.
All right, move over to the NFC. Sam Darnold.
Taking Jared Goff.
Bryce Young, that's your boy.
Taking Jared Goff.
It's Chris, right? Brock Purdy.
I would take Jared Goff.
I took Goff too.
Pause, by the way. Wow.
I took Goff as well. Jalen Hurts.
Jared Goff.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Welcome to the dog side.
I'm taking Goff there.
You hate anything Green Bay Packers. We know. Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
I ended up with. I took Goff of Darnold. Oh, yeah, I forgot Stafford, but.
I'm taking Stafford.
Okay.
Say it with your chest.
I took him over Purdy, Hurts, and Darnold.
Me
and
too.
Young. Yeah, actually, we have the same in the NFC. Nick, would you like to play?
Not really. It's pretty similar. I would take him over Love.
That one I'm not mad at.
I do think the intangibles of pre-reads and everything like that come into play, and he choked down the stretch against the Bears. Caleb Williams, God, it sucks, dude. I don't want to say it in his second year, but I'm taking Williams.
Wow.
I'm taking Allen and May for sure. I'm not taking Stroud.
What about Bo Nix? You like Bo Nix?
More on Bo Nix later. I'm
Okay.
taking Goff.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence.
I'm taking Lawrence.
Right
Herbert.
now. I'm taking Goff.
Okay.
Over Herbert?
Over Herbert.
I'm not
As
mad
of
that
right
way.
now. I'm in pretender
It's-
mode
yeah.
until he does something. I mean, those numbers under 60%.
For sure.
2 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. A few fumbles as well. In his 3 playoff games, 0 for 3. He needs to take that next step. Obviously, he has every excuse in the book, and he's had every excuse in the book, but at sometimes you just got to pass the test, and he hasn't been able to.
Denver Blair says, Williams over Goff? You sound like Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson's a brilliant offensive mind.
He's in the playoffs.
He took Williams and won the NFC North.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah. Again, if you want to play a stat game, you have the Goff argument on your side all day. But it goes beyond the stats. If we're playing stats, as I said the other day, Muhammad Hassani, not Muhammad Hassani, but Al-Qadim Muhammad,
yeah.
the top 10 edge rusher.
Bless you.
Is
Thank you.
that the reality in case?
No.
No.
And I will say, and this is one thing, if you put Trevor Lawrence on this team, like,
oh my gosh,
it'd be scary. That's why I'm taking Trevor
fucking
Lawrence
disgusting,
over
bro.
Goff right now.
That's why, like, when you look at some of these names, look at like Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence,
T-Law still does make some
Herbert,
dumbass mistakes.
May.
He
but,
does.
No, he does. He's got some
but
cousin
I
to him.
think, like,
I'll take some cousin though. Like, I got no
You
problem
get
with
some
it.
cousin from Goff, too, but
Yeah.
much less. He only
more
had
in the
like
dirt cousin.
he only had
Yeah.
like one
He just likes throwing it
real
in the dirt.
cousin moment this year.
Yeah, and I think you ask less of Goff, with all due respect to him. Outside of managing the play calling at the line of scrimmage, where he's able to like audible and call protection.
He
stuff
does
like
that very well.
He's asked to do less. Look at the throws that Jared Goff was making versus these other guys. These other guys are way more down the field. These other guys are way more on the rope, off the sideline. Like Jared Goff, you know what this offense is? It's the middle of the field. You want to know why? so we can make the least mistakes.
I'd probably take T-Law over him, too.
The thing, too, is, like, with Goff is that when he does go the cousin route, like, it's that whole game. Like, it's that whole game in, like, several series. Like, remember his streak of not throwing an interception? Then he had, like, 5 interceptions in the next 3 games.
Yeah.
Like, he just, when he's consistent. But when he gets that cold streak, that cold streak doesn't just last a drive or 2. I think he's done the best job he has this season as opposed to any other season of not letting that become a full game thing or a multi-week thing. But for the most part, his history has been that when he's down, it's like that's it. Like, this is just a game where he flat out doesn't have it. Whereas Trevor Lawrence, I will take Goff over him, but Trevor Lawrence, though, at least if he makes a mistake, he then can correct it within the same game. Like, he can give you that good drive right after. Where I feel like Goff, it just kind of spirals down.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's my kind of read of it.
You're not wrong. You over have a good drive. What, 2 Wednesdays from now, we're at Black Rock, Chris. You want to tell people about it?
I told the people about Black Rock.
Yeah, tell us about Gold Crown.
Tell us about Gold Crown.
I'll tell you guys about Gold Crown. You make that drive even better. Get you some Gold Crown beforehand, all right? Get yourself in the right mood, the vibe state, the chill state, as they say, at an all-pro level. Smoke like royalty. Gold Crown is a Michigan brand through and through with some of the finest cannabis products in the state. Whether it's the Crown Jewel gummies, packed with flavor and effects to keep you vitamin, or their infused Jester pre-rolls that hit harder than a Lions linebacker, Gold Crown is all about giving you top shelf quality without the royal price tag. All rise for the reign of royal highs, only with Gold Crown.
Hockey talk.
Let me tell you about D-Max Hockey Talk. Forget the flowers, let's talk hockey. This Valentine's Day, join 4-time Stanley Cup champ Darren McCarty for Hockey Talk and a Heartbreak. D-Mac and friends are taking over the Diamondback Music Hall for a night of legendary stories, laughs, and the kind of grit only a Detroit icon can deliver. Again, it's February 14th in Belleville at the Diamondback Music Hall. Doors are at 6. The show is at 7. You can buy tickets now, pre-sale for $25 or $40 starting at the door. Don't settle for a boring Valentine's Day. Grab your tickets or secure a VIP table now at diamondbackmusichall.com.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Oh, look at that one. Let's go, Chris.
Oh, is that a wipe me down?
You guys know one of my favorite sports, if not my favorite sport, is UFC, MMA. All right. Only places showing it these days are Art and Jake's, but it's a blessing in disguise because amongst the sports bars, they have the best food menu. All right, it's my favorite. I told you guys before, I'll come sit at a bar alone by myself as long as the food is good. That's where I'm at. Art and Jake's is one of those spots. They got 22 draft beers, 80 TVs wall to wall. They got Sunday ticket. They got it all at Art and Jake's. It's one of the best, if not the best, sports bar in the state of Michigan. Make sure you check one out and join the AJ's fan club. What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodSports.com. Easy much more action. Chris, Nicholas Cole.
What up, though?
Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream.
Any nerds out there, it is just confirmed by Amazon that the guy who played Opie in Sons of Anarchy will be Kratos in the live-action God of War. So I think that's a fucking perfect casting.
Noah Messi says Goff is top 5. I guess he says stats don't matter. They don't.
No, he's saying
Goff an All-Pro. Did Goff? I mean,
Goff
he should have made the Pro Bowl. I will say
he should have made the Pro Bowl for sure.
But they didn't vote him in for the Pro Bowl.
That's kind of disrespectful. Dak made it, right? It was Dak, Stafford, and Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think it was those 3. I don't want to slander the man. He's our guy.
Goff's top 10.
He's my guy. If you ask me to compare him in a vacuum with other guys, I'm gonna give you the truth every time.
We talked about him for a while at that 12 to 16 area, and you could fluctuate up to inside the top 10. I don't know if he ever got into our top 5s, but he was definitely in the top 10, and he played well last year for sure. But younger quarterbacks start making strides, and it happens. I'd still put him in my top 10.
Yeah, you're on there. If we ranked him based on current situations, he'd be my top 10 for sure. How about that? Nicholas, would you like to take us around the league?
Goon or Edge?
Heavyweight huddle.
All right, fellas.
Bath time.
Let's rip it off with the first game that's going to be happening this weekend. Got a bunch of loaded questions for you guys. 1, your God honest, truthful answers. Going to start it in Denver, as the Denver Broncos are 1.5-point favorites against the Buffalo Bills. Going to start this one with Bo Nix. Without any elite weapons on Denver's offense, why does Bo Nix not get any credit for getting his team to the 1 seed?
He is an athletic Jared Goff. That defense is carrying.
Yeah, I agree. He doesn't really do anything that blows you away. He's a good player, though, and yeah, the defense is insane. He's Sean Payton merchant.
Sean Payton merchant not getting any credit. Speaking of Sean Payton, is he a top 10 coach of all time?
All time.
If he wins another Super Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, if he wins another Super Bowl, yeah. I guess it's kind of heavy to lay on off rip. No, I'll say no right now. But I'd
deep playoff run.
Haven't wrote off. Yeah, if he does a deep playoff run or Super Bowl.
I was looking at all-time wins. He's like 13 or 14, I think.
Is he top 10 for you?
I mean, I was speaking high praise of Drew Brees yesterday. I liked those Saints teams. I mean, they were electric to watch.
Loved them.
Yeah.
I was a big Reggie Bush fan.
Little bounty gate, little extra dirt on there. All right. Should this define Josh Allen's history with a loss in Denver?
Yeah.
No.
Uh-oh.
No. One team clearly has an advantage, and it is the Denver Broncos.
I think one team clearly has the advantage, and that's you have Josh Allen, the best quarterback by far remaining in the playoffs. And we know quarterbacks decide games more than anybody else in a singular position in the NFL. Yeah, he needs to go out there, and he needs to beat the Broncos.
I think the kryptonite to any quarterback is defenses and defensive lines. Perfect example, case in point, the number one offense at one point in the National Football League history, the Denver Broncos, when they went up against that Seattle Seahawks team and went to the Super Bowl, they got fucking wrecked. I think this Denver Broncos has, I'm not going to call them that defense, because that defense is obviously all-time great.
I was going to say, was that Peyton Manning, Josh Allen? That was a fucking corpse.
But no. I'm talking about the elite version of Peyton Manning. When they the number one offense in the National Football League.
Yeah, it was still throwing ducks and could barely move.
Dog, Peyton Manning was cooking that year. He had like 50-plus touchdowns.
He did.
52.
With an elite offense all around him. It's not like he was making these insane. He did have that bootleg touchdown.
Yeah, stop playing, dude. Peyton Manning was cooking that. You're tripping.
I mean, he's not prime Josh Allen.
He's not prime Josh Allen, no. But he's still playing fucking Manning, top 5 quarterback all time. This defense, I don't know, man. Josh up, he's banged up. This will not define Josh Allen in no way. I do think this is the playoffs where he needs to come out on top. I'd like to see him come out on top, but I'm not holding this against his legacy at all.
I think it will absolutely define Josh Allen in whether it's right or wrong. The excuse the whole time for Josh Allen to have never even make a Super Bowl yet in his career was, oh, you got to go through Patrick Mahomes, or oh, you got to go through, Baltimore Ravens. Now you got to go through the Denver Broncos too. Like that's. How many people do you have to say, oh, he had to get through them until it's he needs to overcome? And this is the game where he needs to overcome.
For sure. But it's not going to judge his career. I'd ask this for the chat. Everyone, without even don't pull up the depth chart. Who are 2 wide receivers for Allen in this game? I'll give you one.
Keon Coleman.
Shakira.
Yeah,
Khalil
I was
Shakir.
gonna
I never
say
really
Shakir.
knew that you could.
And
They just
then
lost Gabe Davis ACL.
number 12. I forget that guy's name.
He's gone.
Well, good thing they
Torn
run
ACL.
2 tight end sets.
He's gone too.
Yeah.
They lost 2 guys.
Shivers and Davis.
Yeah. Well, they got Dalton Kincaid and they got Knox.
Dalton Kincaid banged up, but yeah, I think he's
He's
questionable. He better play. Hope he plays.
Some point, you just gotta do it, Easy. This will 100% define his career. If he can't even make it to the AFC Championship game without Mahomes, without Burrow, without Lamar, I mean, come on. And you're going up against that quarterback that you guys just said is a Sean Payton merchant? I mean, you gotta come out, find a way to win. And we didn't even talk about this guy. You said top 5. How about one of the top 5 running backs in the NFL right now, James Cook?
Yeah.
Do you trust James Cook to not put the ball on the ground against an elite defense?
Fuck no. James Cook is a butterfinger boy. I swear
Over,
to
under,
God.
a half a fumble.
Over.
Over.
I
It's
would
an elite
take over the
defense.
1.5. This guy, James Cook, fumbles like it's his job, man. He cost me a fantasy champion. Well, he didn't. I'm sorry, James Cook.
Oh,
It's
did you end up getting
misdirected.
last?
I did.
What do you gotta do?
Yeah.
I have a giant dick trophy that has to come to my house.
He's got the Jalen Duran trophy.
Yeah, I might paint it black
Oh.
because what gave me last place was Derrick Henry going for 50 points. So I might paint it black.
Because Derrick Henry's black.
Because Derrick Henry has a giant black dick, I assume.
He's going on the Excel sheet.
Do you trust
Definitely coming on the Excel sheet.
Easy, do you trust James Cook to not put the ball on the ground, or does he have a big fumble in this game?
I don't trust him against this defense, no. I don't trust that team outside Josh Allen against this defense.
Should Sean McDermott be fired with a Buffalo Bills loss?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should what? Show me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't win the Super Bowl, he should be fired.
He's had enough time at this point to get it done.
God damn it.
What?
Mike McDaniel's gonna
That's
be
what
head
I was
coach of the
saying.
Bills.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Get revenge
Why are
twice
you
a year.
happy?
Yeah, what the frick?
No, I'm
dude?
saying that would be crazy.
It would be crazy.
Twice a year revenge. Yeah, the Denver Broncos have the second best run defense in the National Football League when it comes to yards per game.
All right, love to hear that, because I cooked up a potential parlay for you
Surprised
guys.
to no one.
Yeah.
I'm making
All
the,
of them.
all right, I got 2 of these with these.
I'm
fat
back
questions.
on Puss and Parlay.
Call the number, dude.
What
All
is
right,
it? What
well,
you
this
got?
was supposed to be fun and something that we could give.
I
You
love
know
you,
what?
Nick.
I gotta get rich quick for the chat when
There
we
we go.
get back,
Let's
and then
go.
we'll get into the other game.
Let me tell you about Loom Cannabis. Go to Loom.com and find a Loom near you, because it's not just 30% off. It's 40% off. We know tax season is coming up. You need to save your money when you can. Go to Loom. Use promo code TAXBREAK80 and you'll get 40% off your order of $80 or more. And every first-time customer gets a free shake ounce. So go check it out. Loom Cannabis. Go to Loom.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. They have been servicing Metro Detroit families for over 40 years. They just helped out KG last week. They can help you out this week. Go to SharonsHeating.com to book your appointment. Check out their instant quotes and check out all financing options. It's Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Bonjour, welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I am the Easy joined by Spinmorax. I am Chris and Nicholas Koloff. Doing the heavyweight huddle. Giving you the parlay.
All right, fellas, I wanted your guys' thoughts on this because, Easy, you brought up a super intriguing stat.
Easy, baby.
And what exactly was that stat there, Easy?
It is the Denver Broncos. They have the second best run defense in the National Football League, averaging... Hold on, I walked away from the page. Whoops, I apologize. I'm ruining everything.
You blew it!
You blew it! They're only allowing 91.1 yards per game.
Damn.
With that being the case, fellas, these boys are going to need to throw. So, introducing the Heavyweight Huddle Parlay to kick your NFL weekend off right. I want your guys' thoughts on this. Bo Nix and Josh Allen both throwing for 300 yards.
Yes.
Is it aggressive?
No.
Yes.
I don't think it's
But
aggressive.
$10 gets you $388.
Wow.
10 to win, 388. I think this could be a game where you see these quarterbacks going toe-to-toe, possibly even into overtime. Could inflate those passing yard numbers. Both quarterbacks to throw for $300. $10 gets you 388. Any interest here, boys?
Bo Nix and who else?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Both
Josh Allen.
I don't think Josh Allen throws for 300.
He gonna run that big.
I think,
We
I
just
don't.
talked about that run defense.
Yeah, but what do they allow to quarterbacks?
I don't have that offhand, but I'm
Well,
pretty sure.
AI. Come on. No, I'm just kidding.
This is
I don't
in
trust
no
AI
means
on the fly
any
like
lock
that.
whatsoever. This is a obvious big time $10
Well,
win 388.
can I give you something I
But
do know that I did not know previously? Kind of surprises me. Number one passing defense in the National Football League is the Buffalo Bills, allowing 156.9 yards per game.
156? God damn.
Damn. How you feeling about that information?
That's probably why this parlay is so goddamn big.
Defensive battle, both quarterbacks throwing for 300 yards.
They've only allowed 19 passing touchdowns on the year.
It's in Denver, though, right? Not
That's crazy.
It's not in Buffalo, so it's still going to be probably snowing in Denver.
I'm just seeing this game as
And the
possible overtime game where you get the extra passing yards in this game. I think it's going to be a nail biter.
I would not take that, no.
I'll take your $10.
Yeah, I'll take your $10. The Denver Broncos are the seventh best passing defense in the National Football League.
Patrick Surtain is the best
187
corner
yards
in the
per
league.
game.
Plus
And they
three-
only have one cornerback he's got to worry, or one wide receiver he's got to worry about. He's not even going to have to follow anybody around. He'll just be able to be fucking nasty.
The Denver Broncos also lead the league in sacks with
Nick
68.
Benito.
Yeah, I'm not taking that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
What else you got?
Yeah, well, it's plus 3,883. Definitely not a lock, and you guys brought up great reasons why not. But if you want a little scratch
But
off
I'm
ticket
still doing
to
it.
watch this game, yeah, I mean, watch overtime hit, and one of them gets it. Here we go.
Well, we
Rams
both need to
first.
get it.
The Bears. Rams minus 3.5 in Chicago. Sean McVay will go down as a top blank coach of all time.
15. Sean McVay? Oh,
Sean
sorry.
McVay. Top 5 to 10, honestly.
All time?
All time. He will then have both been the youngest coach to appear in a Super Bowl, the youngest coach to win a Super Bowl. He have two of those things, too. He had 2 Super Bowl trips with
And
2
he's
different
still got a
quarterbacks.
long run.
He put his dick on the table. Was like, yeah, this kid's not fucking good enough. I got to get rid of him. Here's 2 first-rounders and a third, and then he won a Super Bowl right after that. He's lost Aaron Donald. They're back in it again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The 1 year they missed, Stafford went out, and Aaron Donald went out with injuries. And Cooper Kupp, all in the same year. That's when we got the number 6 overall pick from it. We were blessed. Those guys got hurt that following season. I think
when it's all said and done, I wouldn't be surprised if Sean McVay was thought about as a top 7 coach. Can't say top 5, but top 7 coach of all time because he's still got so long. He's still young as shit. He's still got another 30 years of coaching.
What if he like did that and was like, you know what? I've mastered this shit.
I retired after his second
That was a rumor
Super Bowl.
for that to the first one, remember?
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Would have been awesome to see.
What if they trade him to the Ravens?
That'd be crazy.
Hot take alert.
I mean, it's kind of hard to quantify because, like I said, he could easily coach for 30 more years. He's only 36 years old.
I'll chill out. Let me go top 10.
I'll say top 7.
Okay, cool. I'll go top 7 with you.
All right, chat. Shout out to you guys. If you think that bet will not hit, make sure to smash that like button.
I know Denver Blair doesn't think that chat will hit, Nick.
Yeah, Denver Blair's over there roasting me. Let's see what you got, Denver. You bum. Let's see, put your ass on the table over here.
Yeah.
Putting out parlays.
Yeah.
Let's see your ass on the
Put your ass on the table, Denver. He's off the game.
Back on buzz.
He's back on buzz.
All right, is Puka Nacua the best wide receiver in the NFL? And
no.
How should the Bears try to stop him? It seems like he's running free against every team, no matter what.
Dog.
Puka might be the best receiver.
Puka's the best wide receiver in the NFL. I'm going to say it. I think he does everything for you. And the physicality alone. I mean, some of the catches guys make is fucking insane.
But what if Justin Jefferson had Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay? Or what if Jamar Chase had an offensive line?
I'm going Puka.
It's because he's white.
He's brown.
He's
Mongolian.
He's got melanin.
He's yellowish. He played for Team White.
No, dude, we claim.
No, we get Puka.
No, you guys do not.
We
get Puka.
fucking get
He
Puka.
is literally not white.
We get Puka.
No,
he
He's
did
on the
racist
mixed and
remarks on
Somalian
live.
team.
We get Puka.
Yep.
No, you do not.
We discovered a.
It's literally a white team. You can't have a not white guy on a
He's
white
white.
team. That
His
doesn't work.
name's-
No,
his name's
fuck.
Paul.
Yeah, exactly. His name's Puka Nacua.
He might be the best receiver in the league.
You guys get Nate Land, man. That's
Puka's
kind of
very
getting a black
English.
guy. He's from Zimbabwe.
He is from Zimbabwe. We don't need any help at linebacker though. We need some help. We need some help at wide receiver.
Holy shit, Nick Sirianni has the 5th best winning percentage in National Football League history.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah. Jim Harbaugh, number 10.
Puka might be the best quarterback in the league.
Receiver.
Yeah, that too.
How the hell should the Chicago Bears go about stopping him? It seems
Pray
like
to
against
God.
every single team that he plays, he is running free, no matter what.
You're not going to stop him if Matthew Stafford isn't on his ass. You need to stop Puka Nacua. You need to hurt or attack Matthew Stafford. Like, he needs to be feeling it. He needs to be hurting. He needs to be limping back to the huddle. He needs to be picking himself up off the ground every single play if you want the possibility to stop Puka Nacua.
Yep. I second that. You got to get to the quarterback. Got to rattle Stafford. And I forgot who put in the chat. Shout out to them. Previously, I'm Ready to Die. They had put Matthew Stafford's stats against the Chicago Bears in Chicago, and they were poop. Absolute poop schwags. So who knows? Maybe cold weather game, a little bit of snow. You don't get to, have the advantages of having a Matthew Stafford on your team. Although he still plays pretty well in the cold.
Starting a franchise, how many quarterbacks are you taking over Caleb Williams?
Out of the playoffs here? Yeah. Josh Allen.
No, not everybody.
Patrick Mahomes.
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence,
Drake May.
You're taking T-Law over?
Yep.
Joe Burrow.
I don't think I'm taking T-Law.
I'm taking T-Law over him.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's hurt a lot. But
Stafford.
I would take Joe Burrow.
Stafford? Starting a franchise.
Starting a franchise like today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Josh Allen, Mahomes.
You take Caleb Williams or Drake May?
Drake May.
Drake May. All day.
3 quarterbacks. You take
That
Lamar?
makes Josh Allen think a little bit different.
I don't know about Lamar, man. It's obviously he's a better quarterback than Caleb Williams, and I don't think Caleb Williams will ever be as good of a quarterback as Lamar Jackson was in his prime.
Lamar.
But Lamar might be cooked.
No, dude, I'm taking Lamar.
I'd probably
He's just
take
hurt.
Lamar too.
You taking JG16?
No.
I just said earlier I wouldn't take him in a game right now, let alone to start my franchise.
All right. That was my only one on the Bears. I really don't want to ask you guys questions about Ben Johnson. A little bit biased here, but lucky for you guys, I got another parlay. Here we go for the last game. All right, smash the like if you guys think this one is not going to hit. All right, this is the LA parlay. $10 gets you 216.
Talk to me, talk to me, baby.
Puka Nacua, 2 touchdowns. Colby Parkinson, 1 tutty. Same thing, running it back. It seems like every single time they need a big play, Puka and Parkinson are coming up big for the LA Rams. Put those two together. $10 gets you 216. Talk to me, fellas.
Yeah, I like that one. I don't hate that one at all. It could be Devontae Adams' game because it's back in familiar territory. Cold weather wide receiver, done it before, but I'm not mad at that at all. Puka's a dog. Anytime touchdown, though, not receiving touchdown.
Yeah, all of them are anytime.
Because that one that was fucking clearly a passing play was a rushing play for whatever fucking reason.
It was backwards pass.
Yeah, it's dumb. Pass the ball.
Seems like you're leaning more running back here.
Yeah, I'm feeling a Kyron Williams touchdown.
Could be a cold day.
Yeah.
What about Corum? Would you take Corum anytime?
Depends on the number.
Let me see what the Bears rank in run defense.
Speaking of the number, if you got a gambling problem, call it. Don't bet what you can't spend.
That's facts.
That's fair.
Shout out, that was the Heavyweight Huddle.
That's very responsible of you, Nick.
Easy, why don't you tell us about Dr. Pierce?
Let me look up the Bears run defense first. Can I do that? Or can you do that and now let me pull up the ad read for Dr. Pierce?
Yeah, let me see.
All right, and then I'll tell you guys about Dr. Pierce here shortly. It's got to be
Smash
fresh.
it like button.
Oh,
Shout
that
out.
stuff right here. All right, let me tell you about Dr. Pierce.
Wow.
Attention.
They're number 1 in the league?
In run defense?
Running yards allowed.
Oh, what about per game? Or does that not matter?
I don't know. Let me see. That was AI, though, so.
Oh, yeah, fuck. No, don't use that. Listen, attention, sports fans. Don't miss expert sports injury insights from Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Catch Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursday with the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he shares top-tier advice to keep athletes in peak condition. Trust the guy I trust, Dr. Jeff Pierce. Here's where you can help yourself stay in the game and perform your best. Visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Sundays in Detroit just got smoother with Sun Cruiser, Vodka Iced Tea, and Woodward Sports Network. Real vodka, real iced tea, no bubbles, just a clean, crisp sip that won't fill you up on game day. Only 100 calories and 4.5% alcohol. Perfect for tailgates, couch gates, or wherever you're watching football all season long. So this season, let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser. When you're gearing up for the big games this weekend, make sure you're going to the store, picking up a nice case of Sun Cruiser, throwing it in the fridge. Come on, enjoy it with all the great food you're going to be eating as well. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. It's the best drink in the game. We love it here at Woodward Sports, and we know you're going to love it too. Check it out.
Check it out.
Let the good times cruise. Time to get in your mailbag segments. What would you like to know about Nick and his personal life? His deepest, darkest secrets. What's his biggest fear? What kind of guys is he into?
So,
I'll ask
my
all the
Lord.
questions. Nick is happily with his girl.
Nick likes twinks. Burning
Jesus
issues.
Christ.
Mailbag. Tracy Walker was never the same after his Achilles.
Easy and
C. Branch.
Spenny do weird things
Joseph
under
might
that
be
desk.
cooked due to his knee. Laporta's back can't be good for a tight end. Could the Lions be looking to replace them all?
I think Brian Branch is a different tier of football mind than Tracy Walker. Like, I think Brian Branch can still work just because his football acumen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what makes him so great. So I think he might be straight. Joseph, I think he might be good for the first 8 games for sure. Fuck, dude. It's not looking great. Even the way, listen to Brad Holmes, go back, listen to the way Brad Holmes talked about it. I wasn't going to play on the show here, but he talked about it it's pretty lengthy. It didn't sound good. I guess I'll put it that way. And if you listen to Kirby talk about himself,
That went in, I think.
didn't sound good. Laporta's back, also doesn't sound good. But there's some hope there. Maybe, it's modern medicine could maybe fix that. Who knows? Fuck.
Why'd you do
What
that?
are you doing, man?
The burning issues.
I
You should
literally-
go get that checked out by a doctor.
I just said I'm having a good day. What are you doing, burning issues?
Mailbag. Do Arnold and Rakeshaw make a return?
God.
I certainly fucking hope so. Terrion will be back for sure. Ennis. I don't fucking know. Hopefully he plays. I hope so. I like him. I like his skill set. Seems like a good kid. Seems like a hard worker. Got to get on the fucking field, though.
Street just saying when we lined up, I shook him too much. His body's never recovered.
Mailbag.
Multiple pieces going different ways. You know where I was going.
Mailbag from Danny G. What's the most Vikings fan Nick has smashed in a single night?
Easily 27.
Easily 27.
You can find it on his only thing.
I think it was 9, and he stopped there on purpose.
I
He
love
could
it.
have gone more. Keith Gardo. Mailbag, will the Wings win a face-off again? I hope so. Mailbag, will Aiden Hutchinson ever live up to $45 million a year?
Second team All-Pro?
That's not $45 million a year worth. That's not living. $45 million a year is MVP contention.
Caps is changing. Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah.
You gotta be top 2 in Defensive
So?
Player of the Year voting if you're making $45 million a year.
If he gets...
Yes, I think if you help him on the D-line.
Yes. Yep. That part.
Yeah, I agree.
But we're taking the same approach.
So get ready to speak Marcus Davenport.
That's the weird thing about Lee McNeil, man, is like you saw him come back game 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He looked like a fucking monster. And after that, it was like, whoa, what happened to that guy? Like, I don't know. We just gotta hope he comes back.
Mailbag, thank God for Rock Ya-Sin this season. Yeah,
You're not lying, dude.
he definitely kept our secondary afloat.
I think he was our best cornerback all season, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Even better than DJ. I think DJ after the going against those elite receivers, he looked pretty good. Mailbag, why does Anakin... Okay. Wait, does Anakin hate Brad?
Mailbag, why does Anakin hate Brad so much, and why does he want Brad to be fired, SMH? I don't know, Anakin.
That's a crazy take, Anakin.
Anakin, why do you hate Brad and want him to be fired? And why are you a cop?
Why just Brad? That's kind of weird.
He is a cop. No.
Mailbag, Nick, are you mad at us?
I feel like Brad would have been a good cop.
Yeah.
Him and Dan.
What?
I feel like I could see Brad and Dan as like partners, and they would be.
Oh yeah, Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Detroit Vice.
Good cops.
I guess they're making a new Miami Vice. Michael B. Jordan and
They would go.
who's
They
the guy
would
that played
jump
Elvis? Austin Butler.
Austin Butler.
I think he's the other guy. Did you see that, Nick?
A TV show or a movie?
I don't know.
What about Austin Butler?
Did you see the Miami Vice stuff with
No.
Michael B. Jordan?
I have not.
I think it was Austin Butler. I'm not sure.
Elvis?
They strike me as the version of
There's a new
the
Elvis
other
movie coming out,
guys
too.
where they're like,
Is that
aim
him
for the
again?
bush.
Elvis and Live or something like that. I have no clue if it's like an AI thing or if it's like documented from in the past. But we have another mailbag. It's delusion or genius. With the slowing down of sports in January, I'm in a Griselda Blanco rabbit hole. Now I think I can conquer the North American drug trade.
Delusion.
You just put your that's delusion.
Yeah.
You just put metadata out there. It's gonna track you back to being a
Now
drug.
you're on the map.
You can't be out. Yeah, you can't be on the map, dude. You gotta communicate through carrier pigeons.
Mailbag, Nick, what was your first pickup line when you met your girlfriend?
Nick blank, add me on Snapchat. It's been a while. She said okay with the smiley face.
Nice.
Set
That's
up the
kinda
date,
dope that you remember
confirmed.
Nice. What a good boyfriend. Mailbag. Do you think Brad regrets not drafting Jalen Carter? Yes.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get.
We got Diddy drops.
Don't
in
act
there?
like you discovered Jalen Carter, Spinny.
That's Diddy, yeah.
That is Diddy.
Leave it. It's a great drop.
Yeah, it's a great drop.
Yeah.
There was another one I saw in there, but that's actually top tier. You remember that, Nick? I actually remember my. Yeah, actually, you guys do remember the special ones.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping
Maybe I
in. Make
remember
sure you
all.
smash that like button.
She's
For
making
Easy,
grilled
for
cheese.
Nick,
I saw
for
that
Chris,
thing.
I am Spencer. We are the Heavyweights. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.